Yes, ma'am. Sir. Gentlemen? Yes. Nope, that is it. No.
Hang on.
Got one right over here. I don't want to make you ask questions. I don't feel obligated, you know. But I don't mean just you. I mean the whole crowd.
Well, I had to ask. You know, one of the funniest things I've seen in the last couple of years, by far, was on the Run Ronnie Run DVD. You're not in the movie. Sorry to say, I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but the extras on there. The video 3 Minus 1, Greatest Love in History, easily is one of the funniest songs I've ever heard. Do you ever give any thought, you know, with Flight of the Conchords kind of being in vogue right now? You ever think about maybe bringing the band back together, man?
Well,
Ooh Girl Ooh Part 2?
Well, I think what you're suggesting is I audition for Flight of the Conchords. No,
That's a one-off.
You know what? The thing, Bob, we did a kind of a one-off show in Chicago at the Comedy Festival out there a couple months ago, and he wanted us to do 3 times 1 minus 1. Singing at Obama's inauguration, and we were talking about it. And I was like, dude, I am 45. I got a gut. You have one too. You're 46 or 47. The idea of us getting up there and doing that thing was just, there's a tragic element to it, as much as it kind of might have been fun. Like, yeah, I mean, that shit flies when you're in your 30s, but you know. I mean, a 45-year-old guy, you know, with my fucking gut.
I don't know.
No, I know. It's oddly erotic. I know. No, I think some things are. I really do think some things are best kind of left, and we'll move on. We did other stuff. I think people liked it. It was fitting for our age. Yes.
In stand-up,
yes.
How long did it take you to hit your stride, know what your angle was?
A while. I mean, the first several years, I was kind of a combination of Stephen Wright and Andy Kaufman, which I know sounds hard to imagine, but it was very. I was very. Almost no element of my stand-up that I do now, except for sometimes I try to fake out the audience with something, and I used to do that a lot. And one thing that I can't do anymore that I used to be able to do was go up on stage as different characters because nobody knew who I was. So I would go up and do a very nervous gay, very effeminate, nervous first-timer who felt that the audience was being homophobic, or not laughing when none of his jokes were funny, and then just rail on the audience. And I play a severely autistic person. I would just do these kind of characters that I can't do anymore, and just weird stuff that wasn't that funny. I was trying. I mean, it was and I think. It took a long time to just sort of get, be more anecdotal and not try to do surreal shit which I did for a couple years.
Yeah. The movie The Room, the first
Oh,
time.
yeah.
How did you get introduced to that? Was it a friend who told you that?
No, actually, the billboard that's on Highland? The billboard on Highland, I'd always seen it, and I never focused on it. To me, it was like another one of those Hollywood, like, oh, this guy came to Hollywood, has a bunch of money, made this thing, and now he thinks this is how you get famous, and those kind of billboards or advertisements are a dime a dozen around here, and but it was his smoldering look, and the room, just there was something more intriguing about it than a lot of those others. And Will Arnett also had the same relationship with that billboard, and when we started working on Arrested Development, we talked about it one day, and then Will was like, hey man, there's a website on the bottom of that thing. There's a fucking website. So he goes to theroom.com, and there's trailers for the film. And then we were hooked, and we were like, we spent weeks annoying people, going, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa!" That, and then. And the best moment in the film, I mean, there's so many, it always changes what the best moment is, but the, I didn't hit her, I did not, hey Mark! Oh, hey Mark! Anyway, so we started watching that, and then, I don't know, I was talking about it to somebody, and then a friend of an old girlfriend, like, knew that I had mentioned it, and then he told her to tell me they're doing a screening at the Sunset Lemley, and so I went and saw it with Tommy Wiseau introducing it, and just awesome experience. It was really fun. I encourage everybody to go down there if you get a chance. It really is fun. And I was very hesitant because I was like, oh man, I don't want to do this Rocky Horror bullshit where everybody's like throwing spoons and yelling things out, but it was pretty awesome. And he does Q&A, and it's a good experience. It really is the rare, so bad it's good film.